gear me up when I jump like Scotty just beat.
I'm Zack with Examiner.com. Well, St. Mary's had a pretty interesting week. They went out to Utah State and got out-rebounded badly, but still pulled out a win. Then they come back home to face Eastern Washington and roll through that game. But the one thing that was consistent through the two games was their guard play. We all know about Matthew Dellavedova. We all know about Stephen Holt. We all know about the streakiness of Jordan Page. But the one guy that has already started to pay immediate dividends is James Walker III. The transfer has already started to average just a little bit more than 11 points a game, and his three-point shot is definitely what's going to make the difference for St. Mary's. He has already filled the role, at least the three-point shooting role, that Clinton Steindl left vacant, and he looks like he's going to be a player for the next couple years for the Gaels. But the one thing you still have to look at is that they're not rebounding against the more physical teams. Like I talked about how badly they were out-rebounded against Utah State. They got out-rebounded 47-27, and Utah State had 23 offensive rebounds. But it also speaks to St. Mary's that despite that disparity, they were able to get the win. And I think that speaks more to the difference now in level of talent that St. Mary's and Utah State now has. But St. Mary's will not be able to have that happen against teams with better shooters like, say, Gonzaga, who also has a strong front line. For St. Mary's, it's going to be crucial over the next week, especially with them going to the DirecTV Classic, when they're going to see Drexel, possibly Xavier or Cal, to rebound the ball well. It's going to be Brad Waldo, who did have a bounce-back game, had 6 rebounds against Eastern Washington. Or it's going to have to be Mitch Young, or it's going to have to be Kyle Rowley. It's going to have to be these guys who really step up and give them the rebounding punch. Although they have gotten some help from the guards. You've started to see Stephen Holt kind of get a lot of rebounds early. You also started to see Bo Levesque do the exact same thing. He's been able to give them consistent scoring and consistent rebounding. In fact, Levesque is the team's leading rebounder right now. So look for different people to actually help with the rebounding, because that may be the difference for them in Anaheim this weekend.